All right, so let's start this broadcast with some breaking news that's just come in, where the American President Donald Trump has issued another stern warning to Iran. In a post that he's put out on Truth Social, Donald Trump has said, and I quote the American president here, 2 months ago, I gave Iran a 60-day ultimatum to make a deal. They should have done it. Today is day 61. I told them what to do, but they just couldn't get it there. And now they have perhaps a second chance. And joining us over the phone line, we've got our correspondent Susan Tehran, who's joining us from New York. Susan, this is an interesting, social media post by the American president where he says, 2 months ago, I gave Iran a 60-day ultimatum to make a deal. They didn't do so. So today is day 61, which is why Iran has paid the price. Does this point to the level of American involvement in these attacks that are being carried out by the state of Israel?
Yes. Prior to that post, Mohammed, there's a post by the U.S. president who appears to say that there is still an opportunity that if Iran calls, the United States will pick up the phone and try to reach some kind of nuclear agreement. But yes, you're absolutely right. It appears that what President Trump is alluding to is asking Israel not to strike Iran for about 60 days until it hoped to find a nuclear deal. But it also somewhat leaves a gray area on U.S. involvement, because he says that I gave Iran this 60-day chance. It doesn't say that the United States was involved in the attack, although it appeared earlier that he told a Fox News journalist that the United States was fully aware, and so was at least one Persian Gulf country. But he's saying that basically I stuck to my word, and if it just follows his previous social media post that I was talking to, and I know that we covered, which basically said that, things can get a lot worse than this. So many of your high-ranking generals are dead right now. He's trying to say, what I say, I will stick to my word. And this, again, came shortly after sign a deal or things could get worse.
Susan, it's interesting that you point out that the American president says that he's a man of his words. He does what he says. But he had repeatedly been saying that he had waved off an attack that was planned by the Israelis on the Iranian nuclear sites. There was literally no indication that the Iranians perhaps had that an attack of this scale and magnitude was coming their way. Did Donald Trump, anytime in the past 60 days, indicate that there would have been an attack of this scale, or is he saying it post facto?
Well, Axios is reporting that the United States and Israel did that on purpose to dissuade Iran from being in a state of readiness. And if we hear Donald Trump's comments in the past few days, they've been very contradictory. He didn't say that there's going to definitely be attack, but he also, as early as Wednesday, said that it could get very bad. I wouldn't say it's imminent, but I wouldn't say that it's not going to happen, was his direct quote. So he sort of left this gray area. The fact that, the scale of the attack would be this widespread, it's hard to imagine that Israel would go at this without the blessing of the United States. And although the United States continues to say that there were no U.S. involvement, there were no troops involved, but the United States has admitted that it did know of the attacks.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Susan Tehran, for joining us and getting us all those updates then. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.